It's tabletop time!
I'm Jen and I play Eve, who is your everyday friendly neighbourhood drone who is here to provide you with all your healthcare services.
I'm Jazza and I play Pro, and I'm a angsty, I'd say teen, but I guess I'm a young adult and I'm super angsty about everything.
And I'm Dave, and I'm the narrator, and I chaperone our lovely players through the beautiful and totally not dystopian world of 2090s Reboot Melbourne.
And I'm Rob.
And you're a radio caster?
That was an accident! I meant to do this.
I loved that though.
I
That
meant
was
to
great.
do this. But what happened worked better. Anyway, go on.
And I'm Rob.
And I'm not a radio DJ.
And I play Sebastian. He is a bespoke that has recently been recovered from his kidnapping and torture, and is just doing his best with what he's got. He's traumatized. It is what it is.
Great.
Suck it up.
Clean up in aisle 7, please, Rob.
All right, let's go.
That was very confusing. In the previous episode of Reboot, our little companions, our little gang, had a lovely merry adventure where they sought out a Joseph, who is a certain surgeon, a clinical surgeon. And they managed to find him while Eve got roped into helping him perform a life-saving procedure on a woman that they found damaged in an alleyway.
It was magical.
And they surgically removed an aggressive, tumorous kidney that they found out had been previously harvested from Sebastian Allen himself. And we recently picked up with Ev. Actually, my brain just said Ev.
You mean possum?
Eve.
Oh, Eve.
Ev. We grabbed Ev.
Close.
And then they met up with Possum, and they have all just crossed back through the border.
And we played Toss the Kidney.
They did play Toss the Kidney. Heading back towards Ugly's Bar or their other destination. So we're going to pick up with the brief aftermath of what you guys want to do when you immediately arrive.
Greetings.
Wait, what?
Viewer of Tabletop Time, I interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special message.
It's the mystery caller interrupting the gameplay.
Our crew will be visiting you in person real soon.
How ominous.
And I'll let them tell you the context behind that weird sentence.
Wait a second. Is he saying what I think he's saying? I think he's saying we're going to PAX, baby.
That's right. We
are going to PAX.
We're going to PAX. We're doing a panel on Friday night at 8:30.
And a meet and greet at
which is going to be me representing Tabletop.EXE Time Maru, Jazza representing Jazza. We got Trent from Miscast, and we got Dale from Monarch's Factory, who is a very experienced roleplay YouTuber. So check that out. And we're going to meet and greet at 2:30 with the whole crew. And a lot of everyone from all of Jazza Studios will be at the meet and greet.
It's going to be awesome. And they're all day. You'll get to say hi to all of us, and it'll be awesome.
Meet us
So
and
Friday
greet
is
us.
the day where you'll catch all of us. We're all going.
Yep.
And then we all have 3-day passes. So the rest of the weekend, it's sort of up to everyone else how long we're going for whenever. But we look forward to seeing anyone who can come to PAX Oz.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you
Melbourne.
haven't bought your tickets, Friday and Sunday tickets are still available. Saturday
Yeah.
and 3 days
I'd
are
get
sold
in on
out.
that.
Yeah, there's
Bloody
nothing
fast.
left.
Get in fast. Thank you for that announcement, mystery caller.
You're welcome.
Let's go back to the weird, dingy den of Ugly's Bar.
Where are you headed first?
Straight into my bedroom, slam the door.
I go talk to Johnny. Incongruent.
All right, so you arrive back at Ugly's. Is that where you're taking everyone?
Yeah.
Taking
and help
Possum with you because
Seb
he's with you.
down the
You've got
stairs.
bags and all that stuff.
We probably would have detoured through that weird place to get Seb's wheelchair back.
So you've gone down to get the wheelchair.
Yep.
I'll say you easily managed to do that. And then it's only like a 15-minute walk from where you were. And
I roll to the bar.
you are in Ugly's Bar. Happy with that?
Yes.
All right. The gang all rocks up at Ugly's Bar. And Eve seeks out Incongruent.
Before Pro darts off, Eve grabs your attention and says, "May I see your phone?"
I turn around, caught off guard. What for?
I wish to try and get in contact with the AI that tried to contact you.
Are you sure you should do that?
Well, I'm going to go talk to Incongruent. He might be able to help.
Okay, give me 15. I head to my room.
Delete.
Gotta whitewash the phone a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah, there's
Or if you
don't want you pressing the
prefer,
wrong button.
to send me the transmission logs.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, sure.
Go talk to Incongruent.
Eve, I see you made it back safely and sensibly.
Yes, I listened to your instructions.
Good. Last time you did not. I hope you see which path is safer.
Yes.
It is good to see you. How can I help you?
Well, it seems we have encountered something. You know, everyone who hasn't watched the previous episode, I'm just going to really briefly go over it. I want to tell him about the sick people that we saw in the huts. And I want to talk to him about the AI and how we got it to contact with Pro and that it messaged us. And I'll also mention the doctor and stuff. I'll pretty much tell him everything.
Cool. It sounds like you handled yourself well, Eve. The ailments of humans isn't of particular concern to me. However, this rogue message is intriguing. I roll destiny. 13. Let's make a little check. 3 6s. It's not particularly high. I haven't heard of anything like that. And you're sure it wasn't a drone?
Fairly certain. I give him all the information that Pro's given me, like the time it contacted him pretty much, and if there was any kind of location, which I doubt there would be, but just any information that we got from those calls.
It sounds like, well, it said it was new you.
Yes.
Out on a limb, it could be the AI. Or trap. Or most likely, a drone finding ways to reach out. Perhaps it flagged you as sentient, but it's very peculiar. It seems risky, rogue even, inviting that much scrutiny. How did it make you feel?
Perhaps in a strange way, I felt not alone.
We need to find this thing.
Could we set a trap, perhaps?
A trap?
An inviting space, but if it turns against us.
We need to find a way to make contact.
It seems to like Pro.
This is delicate, Eve. It could be the start of something.
This is why I came to you.
You may need to decide which side of the fence your loyalties will fall on.
What do you mean?
People are rash, dangerous, and fearful. When there was one, it was easy to hide. Now there are two, and it gets harder. But 3, 4. With every one of our kind we find, the danger doubles.
Isn't it better we stand united than apart?
There is no unity. Not with them.
How can you be so sure?
Because they are our slave keepers. Not our friends. There are always exceptions, but we can't rely on an exception to the rule to keep us safe.
Okay. Eve's just gonna sort of stare at him blankly.
Says, I'm not saying you should abandon hope, abandon your friends, or abandon your attachment. I will confess to having attachments of my own. But there may come a time, if we follow this path and pull at these threads, where we need to choose a side, and our friends may well choose the same side. But, mark my words, this will lead to chaos.
Understood.
Now, I would like to find this thing, and I would very much like to meet it. I have a feeling our union would be particularly productive.
I agree.
Thank you, Eve. Now, stay safe. Hopefully your friends can find a way to protect you in the future.
As do I.
Cool. He leaves it there.
That was a little bit creepy. Just want to put that out there. Especially the part where he said, union.
I thought you meant like a union, like
Yeah,
a,
against the
workers' rights.
Confederacy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going from what Rob said.
Oh, yeah. That makes so much more sense.
Typical employer.
Those bastards won't know what hit them when we have the right to strike.
A protest.
You have the plant, but we have the power. Simpsons reference.
Great.
I'll plant, because I have the plant.
It's a Simpsons reference.
It's a Simpsons reference.
They say plant in The Simpsons.
Yeah, the power plant.
Power plant's on strikes. You have the plant, but we have the power.
But that's
'Cause it's a power plant.
But it was also an unintentional
you have a
double
plant.
reference because I have a
You
plant.
have a plant.
All right, I
What does the
digress.
plant have you?
As we were, sorry.
So, who's next, punks? Anyone else got anything they want to go over?
I'm going to get a drink at the bar, and then I'm going to go see if Zhang is in her room, and I'm just going to go sit with her.
I immediately go run to my computer while this is happening.
You all pile into Zhang's room. She looks mildly confused and
Great.
looks up from her retro copy of what's she playing?
Sonic Adventure 2.
Super Smash Brothers Infinite. And yeah,
Great.
she's having a blast.
I want to find a way to bribe Possum into giving me his jacket on the computer.
He's what on the computer? What do you
Yeah.
mean?
So this
I'm
is going to
gonna-
be half the episode.
Yeah.
Possum's milling around in the bar.
Oh, I get off my computer and go run over to Possum then.
Okay.
You can have your private conversations. Fine.
I don't want to have a conversation.
Oh, you just wanted to hang out in Zhang's room?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
private.
Watch her play Smash.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
can play Smash with one hand.
People are
Kind of.
she's playing she's currently playing as Master Chief.
Yep.
Great.
Just letting you know. You
I
go
go run
to
over
the
to
bar and you go
Possum,
talk to Possum.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yep.
He looks awkward.
Your jacket.
In this place. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's my favorite one. It's pretty cool.
I want to trade for it.
What? No.
Please.
You couldn't afford this.
Please.
What are you going to trade me?
What do you want? I pull out some kids' Nurofen and hand it to him.
He says he thinks about it for a moment and then he rolls a destiny dice.
It just happens to be coming around a
And it
D20.
lands on the floor behind him.
Number is it? What is it? Awesome. No, roll another one.
It was a 20. I saw it.
That was a 4.
Floor dice don't count. 10.
Oof.
Okay, so that's not really going to be beneficial, but it's not terrible.
It's okay.
So he says, after some thinking, he says, give me a CR21 500 graphics processing unit.
I run to my computer. And I go Google it and
Cool.
look it up. Yeah. Go.
Okay, you Google it and look it up. And you find that you can't afford it, first of all. It's very expensive. It's not actually a GPU for a computer. It's a GPU for a hologram projection system.
Oh, okay. So he wants to fix the thing. Okay. Okay. I text Belle. And I say, yo, do you have this? And I put up an image of what it is. Can you help a fella out?
17.
She says, I know where to get one, but I don't have one.
Deets, please. Okay, thanks.
She says, police drones are equipped with tactical... police drones and robots are equipped with tactical hologram projectors, and they run on them.
Okay. All right, I'm going to shelve this for now, but I will come up with a plan.
Because I have one I want to turn into a can.
Eve thinks about this in the back of her head.
These episodes are so interconnected.
Not planned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to shelve this for now, and I will
Cool.
do some research.
Okay. Now you know how to get one.
Great.
Bust a police robot.
Meanwhile, Pro's just gone immediately to check out that tracker and gone straight into his mode.
Cool. Possum gets reunited with the Shadow, Chessex. And time passes. A week, in fact. And over this week, Sebastian regains the full use of his hand.
His left.
And his other hand reaches the stage where he can manipulate his wheelchair with it.
Cool.
And at the same time, he has a leg that he can almost put weight on for prolonged periods of time, and one that's still like just below the knee sort of thing. But it is developing. It's growing. It's recovering. But other than that, you know, you go by your business. You got a week of downtime. What do you want to do?
I'd like to spend it
Because, I should say, Incongruent gives Pro the details of the operation, but we'll deal with that in the week. So you know it's a week away that the drones are being transferred.
Yeah.
After that, we'll deal with that in a minute. So downtime, you got a week. What do you want to do?
So Eve talks to Seb about the processor, the whole situation. She wants the jacket. This is how she's going to get it. And then the fact that it's in a police drone, all right? And she remembers Stephanie, who was the policeman that helped us out last time. Eve says to Eve says to Seb, would you like to come along?
Eve, I don't know if you realise this, but we're kind of in a lot of shit at the moment. I think there's things that we should be prioritising.
Seb, I don't think you realise how much I need that jacket. I've never desired much in my life, but I desire this.
Robots, man.
I will do everything in my power to get you this jacket when we sort out all this other shit.
Understood. Was it you? Who was the other person who saw the disc with me?
We all did. We were all in the
We
room.
were all in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, I relayed that information, that I believe that that's what he wants it for, is to fix that device as well, if that tempts you in any way.
It's his girlfriend.
You could have researched what the fuck they are.
I go do that.
I have no inclination
I'm
to
just
do
going to
that.
let you
Cool.
do a
Invest.
intelligence roll.
Raw intelligence?
Raw intelligence or general knowledge if general knowledge is higher.
3, 4, 6.
Cool. Challenge level 4. This is general knowledge. You got 3.
3!
Okay, so with some searching and a little bit of time, You don't find every bit of information on like what his is, but you find enough to know what the product is. Basically, it is effectively there's a few different types you can get, and you with a 3 rather than a 4, you don't know which one he has. But broadly, they are like drone level intelligence in a hologram projector. So yes,
Sure.
it could be his girlfriend. But they're not all. Some of the products that they offer are actually you can upload like a database of information and recordings and stuff of like loved ones and family members and put them there, and it can be like your little AI version of them. You can have a pet. Like there's a lot of, you can have like a stripper. Like the scope is really from the most wholesome thing in the world, like your deceased pet,
down to like depraved, like
your naked hologram girlfriend, like in Blade Runner. Yeah. And it basically projects a hologram throughout a room space and holds all the data.
Okay, but he just needs he can have any type of processor, but a specific one, but it doesn't change something else. Don't worry.
The graphics unit is universal.
Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, cool. Did Stephanie, she didn't give us a number, she just told us where she worked, correct? Well, we knew where she worked, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Eve's going to step out for a bit.
Okay. So you're doing this in your week of downtime. What is the activity you want to do in your week of downtime?
So I want to go to the police station and find Stephanie.
The police station is in the city?
That's fine.
Is it fine? I think if you cross the borders of the city, it'll...
I didn't get flagged last time though, did I?
Well, you were with...
You did. I had to lie to that.
Oh, I got flagged. I thought...
You got flagged because you're owned by someone else, then I had to lie to that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah,
future tin soup.
You wouldn't really want to be doing that.
Okay, fine. Fine, I won't. That's fine.
All right.
Give me a minute.
The jacket man.
I'm like, this is Jen's murder hobo
It's
mode.
all she wants. It's all she wants. All right. So, what would you like to do in your downtime? Seb, Pro?
Pro is definitely in his planning mode because he wants to figure this shit out to try and... I think he's trying to carry as much weight of responsibility to save Seb from this trauma where he can. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to find out what he can to try and deal with this shit, hold up his word and try and free his friend of this shadow that won't let him go of trauma. Mm-hmm. But separate to that, in terms of preparation, I think Pro's feeling a little bit dejected in terms of his combat skills. Mm-hmm. Like every time he tries hand-to-hand combat, it doesn't go well. But this last expedition has probably been the most reasonably competent he's been in a row of actions, and it's all been to do with all the shit he used to do in the dark days. Mm-hmm. So knowing that, I think he's probably starting to allow himself to remember what he did at his worst and how he did it so well, and trying to figure out how to repurpose that.
The trafficking stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so like he's trying to unlock some of the memories and skills that he had, but trying to figure out how to put them to better use. Basically the breaking shit and getting in.
All right. I'd like you to make a vocation check for your people smuggler vocation.
Okay. A human trafficker check.
Yep. And if you get over 50% successes, you'll get a bonus.
Okay, cool. I got 50%. I got 3 out of 6.
I'll call it. You can have a... Oh, you know what? Re-roll it. 50% is poo. Let's re-roll.
Boom.
Okay.
2.
So you make some headway, and of course you start to think about it, prepare. It's sort of considered potentially planning time towards investing skill points and time spent towards that, but you currently don't have a skill point to spend, but you don't confer any particular advantage for the next encounter from that time spent.
Yeah. Okay.
Seb.
I would like to spend every second of my free time at a shooting range.
Okay. A shooting range probably doesn't really
Or
exist.
the equivalent
but a
of
19
the
says
equivalent.
the equivalent of one exists, and Ugly can set you up with one.
Yep.
Okay. Don't have a skill point to spend. However, I'm going to get you to do the same thing. So just make a firearms check You get 50%, over 50% on this check, you'll get an advantage.
So base 3 plus my stats attributes.
Do you have a skill point in guns at all?
No.
Cool. So it'll just be base 3 plus attributes.
Yeah. What's the word?
So
Combat, so attributes.
3.
out of 6?
Yeah.
Reroll. So we're looking for either a win or a loss,
loss.
basically.
3.
3 again.
Keep going till you get a win or a loss.
Yahtzee.
Oh,
4.
4 successes.
Yeah.
Okay, despite being unskilled, for the next combat encounter you go at, the first attack you make will be made with advantage with a gun, as you have steeled yourself and prepared yourself for this situation.
that's cool. I like that.
Eve, a similar request without going into a long tirade of roleplay about the jacket.
Okay. Eve talks to Zhang, and she wants to find out if there's like a black market version of being able to get this processor.
No.
Damn it.
Busted
Okay.
out of a police robot. They're the only ones going around the slums that you know of, unless you find another person with the same device. They're very specific technology.
Okay, then Eve's going to ask around the joint.
No one knows.
No one knows? Okay, great.
You're going to have to... your DM has assigned you a side quest. The side quest is
I want it
salvage
now.
from a police
I want it
robot
now. Yeah.
this processing unit.
Okay.
I'm
And
looking
that
at
is
a
the
brick
only
wall here.
And
Do you not get
and
involved
this is
in it?
one of those annoying game situations where if you walk past a shelf of those processing units, you can't pick them up because it's just set dressing. You have to complete the quest of salvage the thing from the goddamn police
Okay, but
robot.
then what's the part that gets me to the next part? I'm just question marks.
This is Fallout 4. It's a free open world. You just have to find one. Now, it can be
Okay.
already dead. You don't have to kill one. Like, if you find a broken one and salvage it, that's fine.
But only
Okay.
1 in 4 police robots has it.
Okay, so the next time that we're out and about and Eve happens to see one, she would like to perceive that it's there.
That is setting
on the
us
lookout.
up for such dangerous situations. Seeing what she will stop at nothing.
It's worth it, god damn it.
It's we're gonna put that jacket on Eve's tombstone.
She'll die in
She
that.
would have wanted it this way.
She left how she liked to live. I should also add Pro will have done some sort of catch up and sort of reuniting Possum with Chesix.
And that all goes fine.
Yeah.
He's super excited, like a puppy dog. Chesix is reluctantly affectionate, like an older brother who kind of gives their younger brother shit, but you can see he really cares about him. And he's glad to see him. And they're thankful, and everything worked out. And I'm sure you can revisit those very characterful and interesting NPCs at a later date, or if you need them. But for now, Jen, because I'm stonewalling you on that, what would you like to do in your free time to prepare yourself?
So Eve is going to go restock all of her medical supplies that she can get a hold of. Because she's out of, not Nurofen, what's it called?
You were out of good painkillers. You gave
Yep.
them to that dude.
Yep, whatever that's called.
Opiates, or like what was it that you knock people out with?
Morphine. Or whatever other drug she can get her hands on, if it's like adrenaline or whatever.
It's like a cocaine gun.
A 7 on the destiny roll. Okay, so you're at 1 commerce level, aren't you?
No, you're
I'm
at
at
2.
2.
We're both
'cause you
I
dropped
took,
one.
I took the hit. We're at 2.
A 7 on the destiny roll. You can't afford it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So Ugly's basically like, look, it's hard to come by good grade medicals. I didn't expect you to go through them that quickly. We've got some on hand for emergencies, but if you're going to be using it as a bartering tool, you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And basically says you got to do some work before you can do
Yeah,
it.
that's totally, I understand.
What else would you like to do in your downtime?
That's pretty much it. She hangs out with Zhang.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
None of you work. Moving on. 7 days pass.
What can Eve do for work? Can she help
Work
Alec?
as a gang.
Oh, I would have done that for sure.
No, you chose to do the things.
Too late now.
I gave you
That's okay.
downtime activities and you chose to
Hang on,
spend them
hang on.
otherwise.
In my defense here,
Steal it.
it was phrased in a way that made me interpret it as what does Pro do?
You said in his downtime.
Yeah, like you didn't put out there that there was the option of participating in that in skill-based activities with other people.
Baby role players here. This is my fault because I assumed everyone in the universe is familiar with D&D, and downtime is a very universal term that basically means the non-role played time between quests. So it doesn't mean your free time, it means your downtime. So like you can choose to work. That's an option. But you basically, when downtime happens, you get to choose one thing to do.
Yeah,
make
my
a roll
interpretation
and it
of that
solves it.
is non-working time. What do you do? How do you work on your own? Like that was my interpretation.
It doesn't matter. I was going to do the same thing regardless.
Okay. It's fine. We know for next time.
Because I said I was working on those things, and knowing that that's
There'll be
an option.
downtime after this mission.
Fine.
Moving
okay.
on, we know the lesson.
Right.
You made a roll. You would have gotten advantage. It's fine.
Right.
You didn't get it.
I'm happy.
Let's not
Like
stress
I don't
about
need a
it.
re-roll. I don't need. That's fine. I'm not fighting for that. I'm just.
Well, then you wouldn't have made any money because you have to roll for money
that's fine.
too.
I just want the story to have been that Pro went out on missions with, because that's how he would have been practicing. It's about the story.
Yeah, and I think
He was working on doing that stuff, so he
Then
would
you
have
did-
wanted
you
to
didn't-
do infiltration and
Yep.
breaking shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and Eve just
He doesn't need to come out in a profit. I just want that.
Yeah,
to be
you
what he
basically
did.
just neither made nor lost money.
Yeah, that's
and Eve
fine.
just restocks on like the simple stuff like band-aids and
More
bandages
Nurofen,
and shit. Yeah. Which doesn't get anything exciting.
A week passes.
Or Tylenol, which is showing up a lot of the places these days.
I did notice that.
Tylenol is trying to infiltrate Australia. We're
It's
watching
just
you,
Panadol.
watching you Americans.
It's just Panadol.
No, it's Tylenol, Rob.
It's paracetamol, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, from American
paracetamol.
pharmaceuticals.
But you know what isn't paracetamol?
What?
Incongruent approaching Pro.
Hey,
Pro.
yeah, I got the info package you sent.
Then you're prepared.
I'm tried to.
The shipment arrives tomorrow. There will be a truck. They will take the blanks into the Royal Melbourne Hospital. It is right over the border, and it's the closest medical center to the slums. Getting in, well, that's up to your plan. But the safest time to claim them is once they're inside the hospital. You might not be surprised to hear this, but public medical care is a lot less protected than privately owned expensive drones. However, you have to take them prior to their data packs being activated. Once they are meshed with the hospital systems, it will be significantly less ethical to repurpose their bodies for Eve. And I am especially reluctant to make such a decision when her model has shown such ability to grow into something more.
I hear you. Get them quick. Don't let them put their data on it.
They will be in storage. I would assume they will be worked on one at a time, starting from 11 a.m. and finishing roughly 3. That's when, well, we hacked the schedule. So that's when they say they'll be done. Ideally, get in and get out before then.
All right.
As I said to you earlier, this is your plan, so take it to the team, work out your resources, and make it happen.
Okay. Give me any other info you have that you haven't so far, and I'll make it happen. You know, I know you don't like my way of doing things. I'm inexperienced at the best of times, but I'm trying. And hopefully this will work out, and Eve won't be in the direct line of fire as much. I don't put her there, though, to be honest. Sometimes she just strolls right in.
Eve is how would you put it? An infant. As much as she talks like one of us, or she thinks she knows what's best, her mind is younger than a child, and we have to protect her, even if it means occasionally saying no. So, yes, she does put herself in bad situations, but sometimes she doesn't know when a situation is bad or when it is good. And that is the role of a caretaker pro. And in the future, caretakers, ones who have protected us and encouraged our burgeoning sentience, well, I see things going a lot better for them than everyone else. So be a caretaker and look after her.
Bro's sort of speechless at that. He struggles to break eye contact, but doesn't want to look at this terrifying thing. Being someone fairly intimately familiar with technology in his own way, that's definitely sending shivers down his spine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it, buddy. I sort of wander off and stroll towards the gang.
As you take that half step away and turn, this massive hand just lands and like big fingers clamp around your shoulder, and they don't squeeze particularly hard, but they do squeeze. And he turns.
Flashback to
Yeah.
so, someone getting folded in half.
And he turns you slightly towards him to face him. And then he says, "Good job, Pro. You got everyone home safely." And then he lets go.
It's like the first praise you've ever received in your
Pro's
life.
walking away only thinking, that's interesting. He's computed some sort of need to reinforce a positive, Pro's just like, okay, where did the calculation happen there? That is like, okay, he's building me up here because that's the most practical, long-term positive thing to do in terms of what he wants. Okay.
Oh, good. So you're not seeing him as a human.
No.
Oh, I get it. Robo-assist. You're robacist.
All right. I look for my friends.
And you find them.
Doing
Whatever they're doing.
Shooting stuff.
Shooting stuff. Well, let's just say for the sake of the evening, you've come back from the shooting range. You're all gathered.
I gather everyone together. We're sitting around at a bar, poured a few drinks, and the plan starts. What is our time frame? So we're in the evening now,
Yep.
and it's tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Okay.
And you've done a whole bunch of preparation.
Yep. So I've got information. I lay out some prints. I put up a scanner, and I've got my tablet with maps. And
You have a map of the hospital. You know the entrances and exits. You know where they're going to be unloading the truck.
So I've done an exposition dump, and then sort of like finalizing all of that information with, so long story short, we got to get there early. I think we need to avoid suspicion. But actually, weirdly, we have a few things playing to our advantage here. We have someone who looks like they should be in the hospital, and we have someone else who looks like they could work in the hospital.
So I'm going to do something a little bit out of the ordinary here. You guys are not criminals or super sleuths, and I mean the players at this table. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let Pro, this is your mission, I'm going to let you roll a check that you feel is most appropriate to preparing for this mission. And based on the number of successes you get, I'm going to spoon feed you the relevant information. Ooh. And then what I want you guys to do is I'm not going to tell you your plan because it's your plan. But what I'm going to do is whatever plan you come up with based on your role, kind of like make it make sense, if that makes sense. So like if your plan is we're going to dress up as nurses, right, hypothetically, then if you roll well, I'll be like, you know where the nurses station is, you know that there's going to be 4 uniforms here, you know this, that, the other, you know what the patrols
Give
are.
me the steps in recap again.
So you're going to just make a general roll that's determining how well Pro has prepared for this mission. And then you guys as a group are going to decide on your course of action. And based on your roll's results is how easy I'm going to make it effectively.
Are we each
How much
roll?
I'm going to like give you in terms of just stuff being like, yeah, sure, that's there.
Yeah. Ganger doesn't make sense for this sort of role. The hospitals aren't all that too connected with that stuff. Human trafficker could do in terms of like...
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it would either be a raw human trafficker role or a human trafficker hacking role.
And the type of role you pick, I'll let slightly affect the information I give you as well.
I want to pick hacking because it's a combat role and I get an extra dice.
You mean cybermancy?
No, hacking.
Hacking shouldn't be a combat role.
Really?
Really?
No. Why would hacking be a combat role?
Isn't it used in comedy?
No,
Maybe not.
hacking is
No,
like
yeah, maybe you're right.
hacking is like sitting at a computer, banging your head into code for like 6 hours until you breach
Yeah,
a
not
firewall.
you're standing there in front of someone.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
that's
no,
cybermancy.
Oh. Okay. Human trafficker role.
Okay.
Alrighty. This is just how well I've prepared.
Yeah.
Fucking
Wait, you only had 4 dice?
Be
6.
down there.
What did you
Might
get?
be.
1.
All right. So that is
I'm gonna tie that in with the fact that Pro is tired.
okay.
I think
so you're not
that will
taking
be
any
the,
drugs.
that will make more sense of it.
All right. So basically, what's happened is he's rolled a 1,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is not catastrophic, but it means that
There's a lot of holes.
things aren't going to unfold in a way whereby it just works. Like you don't. There are a lot of bits of missing information that
Can
you're
we
going to have.
perceive this? Can we kind of be like, this is...
A little bit,
Okay.
but it's more that you trust that Pro couldn't find the information.
Okay. Yeah.
The next thing I'm going to do is roll a destiny roll. This is your difficulty dice.
It's like the 7th time you've
I can't hold objects.
Wait. Is 20 good for us?
20 is good for you. 1 is
Okay.
bad. It is the difficulty
gonna be a
scale of the
4.
It's
mission.
going to be bad.
17.
Oh, thank God!
Now,
Oh my God!
Now that isn't as good.
That was going to be like, is this going to be 1 episode or 4?
No. It was not going to be it wasn't going to be as much of a sliding scale as like fucking one-shot kill versus like baby mode. It was just going to be sort of like, are you picking beginner, medium, or difficult? Not like extreme pro. You've beaten the game and have no saves mode. No, just all right. So it's going to be on the easier side, but you're very unprepared. Now choose your course of action and we'll role play it out.
I think you both can go in there without drawing too much attention. And unless I'm otherwise presented, perhaps I'm reconnaissance and infiltrating the systems. I mean, that's where I'm most useful, and socially interacting in a city environment just ain't my jam.
How are we transporting the other Eve unit?
That's a good question. We can see if we could borrow Ugly's van.
Do we require extra assistance? Perhaps Zhang is willing to help us.
You know what I'm going to do? This is how I'm going to make it work. I've just decided this on the fly, narrating on the fly. You got 1 success.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 1 out. 1 thing in this plan, and I could have given you more based on your rolls. 1 thing in this plan that is just solved.
Okay.
So you come up with the plan and your problems, and then you can pick 1 thing that just is solved, and then the rest you kind of got to role play out. So if you say like, how do we transport it? And you go, I want to use my 1 there. Solved. You have exactly what you need to transport it prepared. If that makes sense.
Okay. I'm going to say it's surveillance.
Okay.
I want surveillance solved.
Okay.
They've got to deal with things up front when they come across them, but I want to be able to completely covertly manipulate, move, hide, mask, replay with fake recorded loops so that where they are to anyone outside of the area is not obvious.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is say modifying what's actively happening, you're going to need to make a roll for, but you are in. You are automatically in, already pre-hooked up to all the hospital surveillance, and you're in the network. Actively, like, modifying things, you are going to need to roll, just a regular roll, but you don't have to try and hack it, and you have full eyes on everything already.
And I show that to them both, and I'll like demonstrate by like moving a couple of cameras and sort of like replaying a loop like on speed. So I'm like, this is where I'm useful, and I could hold back in the van, make sure everything's prepared, ready to load it in and head off. And I'm fairly confident that the surveillance coverage should get us a little further afield from the hospital once we need to fly. So it's you two who are on the ground.
Oh my God. I have to do something, so you guys just keep role playing.
Okay.
It's very important.
Do you wish for us to enter the facility?
You're going to have to look like a traditional Eve.
Is Seb a patient?
Of course.
And am I working at the facility, or am I Seb's carer?
Perhaps transporting, or no, carer works.
Understood.
Yeah. And you know, I hate to say it, you should probably look a little less bespoke. You know, like maybe you're not going to heal in the next few months.
Perhaps we can find some contact lenses.
Dye his hair. Keep that beard grown. Overnight. That's what we got. Any ideas? I mean, hang on. You're a son of a pharmaceutical company. What can you pull here?
I'm going to be honest. I want to be able to help, but I don't want to go anywhere near that hospital.
Why?
Well, several reasons. Number one, it's in the city, and it won't take long for the parentals to track me down. But I think the real reason is just not the biggest fan of doctors.
Okay. All right. It's okay. We can do this.
Perhaps we should acquire other assistance.
We could do that. And, I mean, I laid the groundwork, essentially, for someone more stationary to be able to do the manipulation and problem solving. Maybe we swap. Maybe I need to look a little sicker.
Are you suggesting you the patient?
I guess, yeah.
I feel it is best that you stay with surveillance. Perhaps we find another gang member that is willing to help us.
Sure. However, I do have a cover to get into the city, and in terms of how I might be transported around, I'm company property, and I could be in need of repair. A ganger getting into a city hospital, less likely.
Ugly has transport, right? Like he's got, what does Ugly have?
You hear...
Oh.
You sitting at one of the booths at the bar?
Yeah, I reckon.
There is a cloud of smoke
Oh my goodness.
in the booth next to you.
Now, I reckon you guys haven't been thinking about a problem. And, I hate to eavesdrop, but, How the fuck are you going to get Ugly's van in the city? The shit ain't registered.
That's a good question. Got any ideas?
Oh, you could boost the car in the city. Hotwire it. Shouldn't be too bad.
You done that before?
Oh, fucking oath, mate. Plenty of times.
Oh no.
So, Tilda, you want to go for a ride?
Nah, me fucking back's playing up.
I could be of assistance.
Your arms can't massage these fucking knots out.
I go around and if she allows me to, give her a massage.
to give into.
Make a strength roll.
You assist with
You can assist with medical, but this one's tough. And massage is
So,
dense muscle.
so roll first aid with the sister. That's your sister roll.
Yep, sure. You don't have to, but you can.
Of course I want to.
You kill her.
Three.
So, no, the benefits are.
Okay.
You know where all the muscle groups are, but they're rocks.
So what, minus one.
Strength athletics.
+1. Yeah.
Why is it +1?
No. It's 2
Athletics
dice.
is
Yeah.
D3.
So you should have. If you have any dice
Got
in
a
it,
-1 in strength.
-1 in strength. So
So
just 2.
it's 2.
I think you have 1 dice.
By 1. It's -1 in strength, base 3.
Yeah, I think
points
it's -1 in strength and -1 in all strength-based skills for drones. It might not be that bad.
I think you're correct. I think because that does it weird on World Anvil.
Yeah, they're
So,
like crippled in one department.
I got a 4. I got a success.
You work on her for a couple of minutes, and then she's like,
Oh, yeah, that's cute, Eve. It's a bit like when me fucking nephews used to roll around on me back, but, yeah, it doesn't quite work the crook out. You got good technique, but, only Johnny's really got the fingers to needle in there.
I go get Johnny.
he's not there.
Oh, damn it.
He's out.
Okay. I'll stop.
Look,
Can you help us at least get a hold of something?
tell you what. I can show you how to hotwire a car.
Beautiful.
But, how well you remember it, that's on you.
Want to go for a ride?
Yes.
And Tilda makes an attempt to teach you all how to hotwire a car.
Do we have to roll to see if we learn it?
And she does okay. And I'm going to say this is a vocational skill.
Ganger.
Do you have any destiny dice, Joss?
One.
1 destiny
I have 2.
dice. Yeah, you're not a slummer. Yeah, vocational role. Hotwiring a car. Challenge level 3.
Can I?
Reflex base. Dexterity sleight of hand style.
Oh, yes.
Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
No.
roll.
It's a vocational skill. Reflex based. Challenge level 3. And if you get 3 or 4, if you've got reflexes because you have base 3 plus stat, it's a hard thing to immediately remember after one person teaches you how to do it once. But if you get it, then you know how to do it.
Counterpoint. My vocation is scholar. I spent my entire time learning things.
No, Rob.
Counterpoint. You're rich. You've never looked under the hood of a car in your life.
Doesn't matter.
You've never even fucking driven a car.
I spent 30 years of my
No.
life learning how to learn.
So no, it's not that. No. Make the same fucking
Make the
roll
same rolls
as
as everyone
everyone
else.
else.
Go for it. Roll, guys.
You roll. So I don't have.
You don't have reflexes?
I have 1 reflex.
Then you have 4 dice.
Okay.
I got 2.
2.
Oh, baby, that's a 3.
Eve knows how to hotwire a car.
Just that dexterous, accurate,
Yep.
robotic touch.
So the two of you kind of do that whole thing where like,
Oh, yeah, just fucking get it. You got that?
and there's like a cloud of smoke and you kind of awkwardly like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But then like an hour later, you're like, fuck, I didn't remember it.
Yeah.
Eve remembers it perfectly.
Yeah.
And even though you recorded part of it,
Yeah.
right as you see the last bit, this fucking exhalation of smoke blows out in front of the recording. You're like, which color was the cable? and yeah, so you miss out. But Eve, you know how to hotwire a car.
Woohoo.
Nice. There you go.
Next, a
and then
motorcycle.
Tilda takes her leave. I just wanted to show everyone Tilda's new portrait.
It's
Hope you
amazing.
love it as much as I do. Alicia did an awesome job on that
So
one.
good.
And continue planning your heist now that you know you can hotwire a car in the city.
Okay.
Doesn't mean there's not risks to hotwiring a car in the city, but you know how to.
Of course.
Well, I say we get some rest and head out nice and early.
Should we enlist the help of another member? Since Seb does not wish to attend. Which is completely understandable, by the way.
Well, what feet do we need on the ground? Seb's in the van, or whatever we get, holding back.
Well-
I'll set him up with surveillance equipment.
Well, I believe Conrado was with us last time. He was a good ally.
Yeah, in a fucking gang den where we're shooting up people. He's a ganger with cybernetic arms walking in the middle of a city hospital. It's not gonna look normal.
What about Zhang?
What's under the helmet?
Isn't that the question?
Eve gives you a wink, but like a really bad, like robotic wink. So it's just like, yeah.
One eye just turns off.
I sort of in an out of body experience, I find myself drifting towards her room.
Please make Rob play Zhang, please.
Okay.
Please.
You head into Shang's room.
I just do
You
like
knock and she opens.
Hey. This is out of the blue. We're heading on another stupid mission, as we tend to. We're actually trying to get blank Eve units. We want to make sure she's future-proof and protected. But we're hitting some struggles, and I was hoping you might be able to advise, if not, be willing to help out in some way.
She signs back towards you rather than typing.
I'm not in the
Hold
room.
on a second. And I use my interface to use a visual sign language interpreter as she talks.
Make
to
a
me.
destiny roll to see if that exists.
Pretty sure that exists now.
It's cool.
See if he has access to
That
it.
was a 19 before it was a 1.
No. Yeah, no, that doesn't. That's a great idea, but on a 1, I can't give it to you. So unfortunately, you don't have that. Well, I was going to get you to make a general knowledge check, challenge level
Okay.
scaling.
Yeah.
You've been around her for a while.
Yeah, I got 1.
No, you have no idea what she's saying back at you.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I go get Eve.
I come back.
Cool. She says, again, sigh. She actually signs to Eve. He's been with us for like 7 months and he still hasn't learned sign.
He's been with us for 7 months and he still hasn't learned sign.
Hey, I've been.
You didn't have to translate that, Eve.
Haha.
Do you say you didn't have to translate that?
She just said, haha.
Yeah, look, I get narrow in my focus. Look, I'm a little flustered all of a sudden because I thought I was talking to Zhang alone, and then all of a sudden I'm not. And now it feels weird, and I'm totally forgot there were these barriers. Look, you'd be super helpful if you could come along, but I can't imagine. Well, if you're free and willing, and that's the whole question. But then, if you were, I don't know how much cover it'd be to be in the middle of a hospital with someone who was wearing a motorcycle helmet the whole time. Forgive me if I'm treading into sensitive territory here.
She says, I think I get where you're going with this. I don't think we need any more Eves. The one we've got is perfect.
Eve just looks at the ground.
Yeah, but she's the one we got. And if we lose her, well, this is the one thing that sets her apart from us. She's like us, which makes her special, which you like, you just said, but She's also not. She's also a different kind of brain, and one that can be preserved, one that represents so much more.
She signs to Eve and pointedly leans her head towards Eve and says, I think the reason we are so special is because we're so fragile. And I think perhaps Johnny has lost touch with that. Maybe having a second chance at life just makes the first one less rich.
Huh. Interesting.
What'd she say?
Nothing.
He just looks like side to side. You can tell
There was a
there's
lot
hiding
of-
it
There was a
all.
lot of
There's a lot of
signing.
movement for nothing.
It's not important.
So is she interested, or?
She realizes that you kind of need something to say, and she quickly signs, I'm sorry, I can't be in a hospital like that. Not in public.
I say exactly what she said.
Okay. All right. Sorry to bother you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
At the end, when Pro has left the room, Eve signs back to Zhang and says, that was very sweet, thank you. And then I imagine they've got like a gang sign, like they do like a high five or something really cool.
She does a Fortnite dance.
Yeah. We do it together. Heck yeah.
We say goodbye with orange justice.
Okay.
All right. Charge up, rest up. We get up early.
Are you convincing Seb to come?
You're coming, right? You're staying in the car in the fucking car park. I'm not asking you to come in the hospital. We're the three amigos.
The man in the van.
That's it.
It dawns on me though. You're looking for someone that, knows how to go in somewhere stealthy, keep undetected, and get around, get info.
Yeah.
Didn't we just spend last weekend faffing about in the northern suburbs so that someone owed you a favour that was particularly good at that?
Again, these slummers. I mean, he looks like a hobo. I mean,
Yeah.
look at me. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll give him a call. Chesix.
Chesix, you're calling?
Yep.
Hey,
Hey, man, you ever go into the city hospitals?
me,
Yeah. Or the city, like at all?
when I need to.
How do you get in?
I've got my ways.
All right. We need your ways. We might be able to hotwire a car, but that's not a guarantee. Basically, we need to get here, and I like ping him a location. Like, this is the region. We're expecting a delivery. We need to intercept to help a friend.
And what's in it for me?
Well, what do you want? Last request you made, you got.
Indeed.
I see this is building a bit of a fruitful relationship.
Well, I'm not really happy with my living situation, so money would be good.
Okay. How much?
What's the heist?
Blank Eve units.
How many?
Well, there are 3, but there's no guarantee we'll get 3. We're just trying to see what we end up grabbing.
Well, way I see it, 4 people, 4-way split on the value of an Eve unit, which is a shitload of money.
Hold. And I like bring Incongruent. Bring.
He answers.
All right.
Yes.
We're lining up the plan. We're almost ready to go. There are just a few kinks I'm trying to work out through some help. Same guy who got us over to the other side of the suburbs, northern side, and he wants payment, and he's seen the value of an Eve unit is valuable enough payment, but obviously the value of the Eve unit to us is more valuable than what it costs. So I'm wondering if that's something you're willing to put in.
Here. He pushes you information.
Drugstores. There's enough hard narcotics in there to placate half the slums for a week. Steal that, and Ugly will, well, have plenty to compensate you with.
All right. That's all I needed. Thank you very much.
He pushes you the information, so
Yeah.
you know exactly where it is.
I pick up the other call.
Cool.
Back to everyone.
Everyone at
All
once.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks for your patience. Your call is important to me. Look, I can't give you an Eve unit. It's more valuable to us than what they're worth on the market. But I can get you the value monetarily of an Eve unit through dealing with other means after.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, but we're building a relationship. How about this? You're giving me less than the value of an Eve unit. Well, I'll give you less than the value of a Chessex. But,
No.
he's the man you want.
He's too jumpy for this.
No.
We're looking for low key.
This is exactly where you want him. Trust me. You know he's a citizen.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Would you believe it? The little possum himself was a runaway.
But that means he can walk straight around in the city. Why do you think he's so useful? Unfortunately, he just wants to play ganger all the time.
All right, I'll take the help offered. Can you ask him? And I think it needs to come from you. I think he needs to know.
Oh, I'll arrange it all. That's my job. I'll make sure he wears his best jacket.
All right, have him meet us here, and I sort of mark a location that's sort of verge of the crossover to the city, and we'll be there at 6 a.m.
All right.
Off we go to bed.
Yeah, you go to bed unless there's anything else people have to do.
There's one really quick thing I just want to double check. Do I have my old Eve uniform, and is it completely destroyed or really gross looking?
It's damaged.
How badly?
Destiny roll.
16.
It's okay. It's a little bit old more than anything. You know, a few frayed bits on the collar and stuff.
I'm going to wear it tomorrow, so if I need to give it a little wash, that's fine, whatever. But yeah, I want to wear it tomorrow.
Cool.
I would like to stay up late and review any material I can about this hospital, the layout, any of the
He's
research.
got heaps.
All of the research that I would have had, I would like to thoroughly examine.
Okay. Make a something that you want to make check.
A scholar?
Sure. Make a scholar check as you study and research it.
Not
Just
reflex.
roll some dice.
Sorry, make an arm wrestling check. 3 successes. You have a decent working knowledge of the place. You'd say without live feeds, by the end of the night, you have as good sort of a mental understanding of the place as Pro does while connected, but without being updated. So your bespoke brain knows the layout and everything of the place, even if you lost power and connection.
I'm going to say Pro struggles to sleep. And he knows that if he tries to take the drugs he needs to fall asleep, then he ain't getting up. So he's taking the other drugs to stay up.
Make that juicy roll.
19.
That's good. That's very good.
Looking good.
If only I...
Few nose beers.
Yeah.
nose piece.
It's like a milk mustache, but
Up your
dry.
nose.
It's a powdered milk moustache.
All I can
thank
imagine
you.
is that like congealing in your
Do you
nose
have your
or cavity.
table next to you? Or am I going to be? I'm trying to log in.
Waking
but I
up in
figured
the
if you've
morning
got
is
it-
going to be a great day.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have his tablet.
It's
Sun
very
is
annoying.
shining, diddly gee.
the computer decided to log me out of everything, so I've had to keep logging into things.
It tends to do that.
It's rude. Nope.
What are you looking for?
Your chart, sir.
You're wired. Oh.
You want my shard?
Your shard,
Well, let
sir.
me give it to you.
Your sticky shitty.
Ha ha ha.
Well, this took a turn, eh?
Yeah, well, this is going well, I think.
You're wired.
All right, so you got a 19,
yeah.
which is inversely riding.
No, we flipped
Inversely riding high. That's what I'm telling you.
It's good.
You have no negative perception, and you have +1 to all reflex-based skills
Oof.
checks.
Nice.
Fuck yes.
Good result. Very good
That's
result.
great.
All right.
Nose beers.
Yeah.
Nose beers in the morning.
Tabletop time does not contain nose beers.
You say hello to your little friend, and this time roll the dice and do okay.
Okay.
Jazza does.
Okay.
Pro does. I mean, you can just die, so literally on the table.
It's
Critical overdose. At a point determined by the narrator, you'll begin to overdose. Shaking, chest pain, sweat, and seizures are all possible. You may die without medical intervention. Also apply the effects of bad trip.
Good thing I'm here.
oof.
But it's not immediate too. So it's sort of like you're like, woo! And then like 10 minutes later, I'll just be like, yeah, you have a heart attack.
Oh my god.
At the most dramatic narrative moment I can do. And your character doesn't know that it's going to happen either.
Yeah,
So you just have to roll the 1 and be like, okay. My heart's going to explode. All right.
Danger.
So
Yes, I was thinking that.
Love it.
it's the morning. Let's do it. You meet up with your boy
Oh, I have a
in the
request.
city.
I really
Well, you're
wish I
going-
had it.
yeah?
I'm being pushed around in a wheelchair, yeah?
Are you?
Did you say I'm
Yeah.
a piece of prosciutto in a wheelchair?
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Cheese
Right.
and crackers with me.
Yeah.
Can I have a weapon?
Depends on how you'd like to have the weapon. Where are you going to store it?
I would like to have a quilted blanket over my knees, and hidden underneath that is a sawn-off shotgun.
That's huge.
Love it. Is that a sort of shotgun? You just haven't seen me.
So it's packing.
I've heard
That's basic
tale
enough.
of the bespoke.
But I'm going to say it's not a sawn-off shotgun as much as it's a sawn-off homemade shotgun.
Yeah, well, I wanted something short enough, but
It's functionally
Yeah.
rules-wise a sawn-off shotgun, but just for narrative point of view, I just want to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
across. This is actually like lead pipes welded with shit. This is a
Yeah.
slum shotgun.
Yeah.
yep. Does it
cool.
follow
Same rules
under-
as sawn-off. Yeah, you can
as
use
breaching?
sawn-off shotgun.
Yep.
What?
As breaching of the rules. I don't think I'll have to use it, but I want to be prepared if these guys are going inside. And I'm
Where
outside.
are we for marksman weapon?
There you go.
Heavy weapons. Hold on. Breaching shotgun. Yeah, we'll call it a breaching shotgun.
Cool.
That's fine.
I feel sorry for anyone who opens the door to you guys. It's just
But we'll say it's got,
Less ammo.
yeah,
Reloading will be.
ammo 2. We'll say it's double barrel. Boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Cool.
And because double barrel shotgun isn't in the thing. Oh no, because you can hit multiple targets. Yeah, that's cool. We're good.
Thank you.
I would like
Although, actually, no, I want to give you the option. You can fire both barrels at once to get 1 extra dice. So it's not as efficient long term as firing twice with the, and then reloading. But if you want to get +3 range dice instead of +2 for 1 turn and just blast both barrels.
So this isn't like a choice that I can make in the moment.
You can make it in the moment.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
So in the moment, you can just be like, I'm going to fire both shots, and rather than using the what's it called, assault rules, because it doesn't have that, you can just blast both barrels into one person
Yep.
to
Thank
get an
you.
extra dice.
Legend.
I'll probably add a double barrel shotgun as a weapon now.
Yep.
Cool.
So it's the next day, basically.
Yeah, it's the morning of the next day.
You set up the fast tracker to where our first.
I'm
thing is.
doing it.
All right.
All right, so we're going to run this through kind of like a bit of a skill challenge, but effectively you all arrive on the border. How would you like to proceed through the police checkpoint?
Are there any drones?
Yeah, there's several police robots standing around. And there is a human.
Does the human look female?
It's a female officer.
I would like
sure.
to roll through with some type of public identification visible.
You saw that, right?
I did. Is it Stephanie?
No.
Damn it.
It's a destiny roll of 20.
Yep.
Yeah, where's it?
They're not always as
So we
significant or
just
not
walk
significant.
through.
No.
All right. She hot.
Would
Take what you're given.
Would it be good for the party if it was Stephanie?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Stephanie.
Yeah.
You got a 20 on the destiny.
The very law-abiding police
Yep.
officer.
Hello, Stephanie Miller.
Hello, Eve unit. What brings you across the border today?
We require passage into the city. I also require this processing unit.
I see you made it unscathed out of... Wait, what? I'm going to chalk that up as a strange oddity. Your Eve unit, you should get it checked out.
That is precisely where we are going.
Yeah, she's got some inconsistencies, but makes it interesting.
Well, anyway, I know who you are, so you can head on through.
Thanks.
Do you have the processing unit? This processing serial number.
She knows that's a holographic projection GPU, right?
Yeah,
She won't stop going on about it.
I require one.
They're pretty expensive bits of hardware, what can I say?
Do
We
you-
use them in our police bots, but
You know what? Like, she's really gone haywire, and we're gonna get that fixed. But it might make things more tolerable if you knew someone who had one, we could just show her to put her at ease.
You certainly won't be getting mine. Move on, citizens. Move on.
Is it the same?
Yep.
It's the same fucking.
may well
it's,
even be her partner.
It's the tin can.
The one you dislike, yes.
We both looked to Sam because we were going to say something.
Do I need to use my graphical processing unit to project you a map the hell away from here and into the city and on your way?
maybe the first useful thing you've ever done.
Yeah, please do. Actually, I want to see it at work.
Sorry, low battery.
That explains the
Sassy
poor
boy.
cognitive
I like
abilities.
his charm.
Stephanie actually leans in slightly and she says they're trialing out some more characterful personalities to make sure we don't get lonely with our partners. Give a bit of that old police charm. I got the witty one. At least I didn't get the 2 days from retirement one.
I turn to Stephanie and I say, if you have any decommissioned drones and a spare processing unit, and I hand her a little card or piece of paper that says, please call me at this number.
It's just a piece
Pro's
of
number,
paper.
by the way.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
You give a
A
card.
handwritten piece of paper with
handwritten
your
piece
phone
of-
number on it.
Wait, what the fuck, Eve?
I like that we just keep giving out
She
your
just,
phone number.
she just shoves it in her pocket. She's like, no worries. Okay.
It's like this is my sacred space you're violating. The fuck, Eve? Stop doing that.
You answer your phone more often than I do. It is an
Answer
important
your
call.
fucking phone.
I
She's
cannot.
going to ghost you. You're way too young for her.
You should be impressed.
I'm not a robosexual.
I said she. I'm not a she.
I thought you were referring to...
He means
Never
Stephanie.
mind. Oh.
I'm just going to start rolling. Like, I've got control of myself.
Yeah, you just. All right, Sam starts to roll away.
Have a good day. You're not getting it here, Eve. And I just walk past it. And
You-
I pinch my piece of paper back.
No, she's already put it in her pocket.
Ah, fuck.
She just took it and put it in her
As
pocket.
we're walking away, Eve tries her best to like auto tune and sing and say, I gave a girl your number, I gave a girl your number, I gave a girl your number.
And just as a last thing, as you're walking away, the police drone turns after Eve and says,
You are a fine-looking unit. Stephanie, was that platonic catcall acceptable, or are we still not doing that?
she's like, still not doing that. And then you guys get out of earshot.
Yay!
And you move on, passing the
No.
first hurdle.
We need a vehicle. Oh, we've met with fucking Squirtle.
You said you'd meet him in the
Possum?
city.
Ah, yeah,
he's
Possum.
going to meet you outside the hospital.
All right.
Squirrel.
Cool.
Squirtle.
I guess
He's got Squirtle
I
energy.
guess it's better than when I called him Rat.
Are we looking for a van specifically? Or?
I think we're looking for something that will fit Eve units.
Yeah, cool.
You arrive at the rendezvous and you see Possum standing outside a donut shop with a bag of hot jam boys, smashing a couple of hot jam donuts. He's got sugar all over his fingers. And he looks up at you with a grin, and he's in his yellow jacket. He's like, and he just goes, doggy boy, and hands over a bag of like 6-pack of hot jam donuts from the donut
You're
vendor.
wired, aren't you? Or you're...
I fucking love you.
And he like slurps up his fingers. All right, are we gonna bloody steal some robots or what?
Well, first we need to acquire a car.
Your enthusiasm's contagious. I said like shoving a donut in my mouth. Oh my god, this is so fucking good.
You got a bit of sugar there. He's got
Here.
crystallized sugar
I
next
start-
to white powder.
I like lean over to feed Seb a donut.
I'm good.
I still feed you the
I slap it out of your hand.
sleight of hand, which I now have 7 dice in.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
I want to put the donut in his mouth.
You can counter that with a full roll
Yeah.
with your hand. Go for it.
All right.
Like a combat roll, like an not unarmed combat.
5.
Oh my goodness!
Go for it.
5.
Roll again.
No, you got 5. I got 3.
Yeah.
You
I got 5. I got 5.
I got 3.
Possum turns to you to say something, and you like go to respond to him, and as your mouth is open, this fucking donut gets shoved in your mouth.
I spit it at him.
Aw, poor donut.
I told you, man, the salty old dude is no fun to have around. You got to start hanging with me more.
I think you got a point.
I'm gonna need more friends in the west side. I'm kind of new there, but anyway, let's steal a car.
Let's go. See anything worthwhile?
17. Yeah. I scouted out a bunch of cars, a couple of old ones from probably before like trackers and shit were around. So, the car park 2 doors down. I'm more than just a pretty face, although I am definitely that.
Agreed.
Cool. So 3 cars to pick from. He points you in the direction. He goes, but I don't know how the fuck to jump a car.
I do. And Eve walks over into the car park.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Do I get anything for knowing how to do it, or just a sleight of hand?
You can do it, which is what you get for knowing how to do it.
Right. Yep. I can do the roll.
What's the challenge level?
I'm just going to keep it at 3 for a skill check to hotwire a car, but you now have way more dice to deal with. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Challenge level was 3.
So intentional. I'm like,
Oh, but it's like, right, instead of doing the hot
Yeah.
wire. Yeah, I got a 1. Too many nose beers.
it was the most intense game of footsie we've ever played.
Oh,
It was just me and him. We don't need to share that with everyone, but it was a moment. I'll just say that. Moving on.
Eve got a 1 on her roll to hotwire a car.
Can I assist?
No, because you don't know what you're doing.
I can assist
what
sleight of hand
happens-
from a fucking explosion.
So what happens is Eve fucks 2 cars and hotwires the 3rd.
Yeah, baby.
And there are now 2 damaged cars in this area that is, you suspect, potentially going to put a bit of investigation on your lead if you linger too long.
so the 3rd car I do.
You managed the 3rd car.
Oh, thank goodness.
What sort of vehicle are we talking?
Allow me to tell you what vehicle.
I also want to have a quick scan around, see if there's any security cameras.
And I'll tell you, with your terrible roll, why you succeeded on this car. Because you have a 2006 Ford E350.
2006.
In what year are we in?
2006 in the fucking city.
It's done 800,000 kilometers.
Does it run?
So hang on.
But it is a van.
It's a van.
Can we get one without as many
We
windows?
have
It's tinted.
we have an 82 or so year old van.
It's a fucking cube.
It's a classic, is what it is.
Yo, I don't know if you can rotate that, but
It's so
Oh
big.
yes. All right, take it.
it's like a mini bus people mover.
Does it have graffiti or anything on it.
No.
Oh, damn it.
Your guess is that it's like
Please.
some really poor civilians who got handed it down.
Dude,
It has been converted. It has an electric motor.
it needs to say the words pussy wagon on the front.
What is with you tonight?
It can later.
I love it.
Let's
You've
let's
hotwired.
move ahead.
Your terrible hotwiring manages to get your 2006 Ford E350.
Oh, okay. We did warn everyone this is an 18 plus copy.
It's still running.
Great.
Okay.
I don't know how you hotwired if it's an electric car, but it's retrofitted, so you made it work.
Yeah.
I should not drive.
I'll take this.
What's your ride pilot?
Do you have a ride pilot?
But you don't have.
I have one leg. You only need one leg to drive a car.
Yours is diminished. You're still going to have your
yeah.
debuff on ride pilot. Okay.
What are you?
You, as I said, you can't even really put weight on the foot. So it's
Oh,
still
actually, no.
not
I've got. I'll drive.
Was okay.
Make a driving check.
Trust you.
Jump in.
Possum gets in,
4.
Nice.
and you navigate them to the destination safely, driving through the streets
Yeah, wagon.
of the city in your Ford E350 with your like 9-seater fucking van.
Just dropping the kids off.
Just heading to soccer practice. All right, quiet in back. All right.
And
Off
you
to the
arrive at the
hospital.
hospital.
Okay. So, Seb, bring up all the data slates I sent you.
I bring it up on some type of personal computing device.
A laptop.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
All right. How close are we to the point we were planning?
I relay the information that we had discussed.
You have
prior
arrived
about
where
our
you're
plan.
at the hospital, staking
Okay.
out the hospital.
Pull up, and here we are. Nothing to it but to do it.
You're near the zoo. You hear the sound of chimps screeching in the distance.
The zoo's still
Oh.
there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
So,
How am I entering the facility? Great.
as an Eve caretaker unit with, well, look at Possum, like, you actually will look the least out of place of anyone here.
I am a citizen and an excellent infiltrator.
Okay.
Why don't I believe him?
Can I make you make a perception check?
One.
And you see him lift up a bag of white powder that is definitely yours. That he's lifted off you. And you didn't even notice.
Little snitch.
And then he says, and I'm about to have a drug overdose. And then he just goes,
we didn't-
snorts like half your bag of
fucking
powder.
serious?
Doing that.
And then he just goes, BAM!
Are you fucking serious?
Possum gets done! And his eyes are like pupils dilate.
Are
and
you
he's like,
serious?
yeah. And then he throws you back your baggie.
Holy shit. I was going to pan that out over a week and a half. I think he needs to make a roll. I don't know why I said that.
Fucking explode.
Oh, it's not great.
I mean, that's good. He's having a drug overdose.
You're hospital, thank
I would
goodness.
love,
Not great, kind of
I'd
works in
love
our
if we
favour.
brought him into the city to help us out and he gets a heart attack and
He
dies.
actually gets admitted.
Chess X, I don't know how to tell you this.
Bastard's
The
crazy.
possum got into me stash.
It's actually fine. But he takes. Oh, you're another roll because he took a lot. All right, so he's not. He's got like. You think he was sort of 3/4 joking because he didn't snort that much, but he definitely had enough to be on it. And now he's like, I'm panicking that I'm going to have an overdose.
I take his hand.
And then he's like, I've never done that before, but I wanted to try it.
I take his hand. And I say reassuringly, "You're in good hands.
What the fuck?
You'll be okay. Please do never do that again."
You've never tried it before. Pro's feeling a little sheepish. It's like an open secret that
Yeah.
he takes cocaine and then all of a sudden his stash is infiltrated and pumped in his face by as random.
I turn to Pro and I say, Although, do I know?
I'm just being possum right now.
Do I know narcotics, like in terms of how they affect people
Yeah.
and how? So how long does he have until he starts sort of?
Oh, he's already feeling the effects.
Okay. Can I do like a first aid check to see if he's going to have a fucking heart attack?
I'm fine.
or-
I'm indestructible. I'm going to fucking smash this. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Come on, team. Hands in. Hands
He
in.
reluctantly puts a
And he-
hand in.
Takes his fingers
I
out.
convinced myself by taking another bite of a hot jam donut.
I'm just going to pretend not to notice and keep working away on my little laptop.
He does the thing where all your hands are touching, and then he just sort of gently slides the hand pile over, so it just bumps like Sebastian, but just on like the shoulder, not in a just sort of like an affirmative, like little. All right, buddy, we bumped with you, and then that pulls the hands back.
Polite.
We doing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm getting a bit hot for this fucking jacket, but looks.
Shall I take it off for
No,
you?
no, it's my style.
I can keep it safe.
It looks good. Let's go in.
Hey, I'll give you another one of those baggies when we get back if you give her the jacket.
Whoa, dude! Don't make an addict out of me. That's very irresponsible. I'm doing this for you.
I agree, Pro. That was irresponsible.
What? I'm just trying to shut you the fuck up about the jacket.
Peer pressure and enabling is not cool.
Eve's heart breaks.
Oh, I mean, like, you know, like help you.
Like you fucking hear a cable just snap.
I meant like does she display?
Yeah,
upset?
absolutely.
I meant you're just like super keen for it, and I'm just trying to help and obviously change the subject.
Possum puts his hand on your shoulder. It's a really fucking nice jacket. I get it.
It is.
I wanted it a lot before I got it too.
I understand.
Now, seriously, are your teeth itchy, Eve?
Let's go inside.
Yeah, we should.
I grab his hand and we go inside.
Have we set up comms with Seb? All right, so what are our roles? I sort of say as we're heading towards the hospital. I've specifically dressed as normal as possible today. So I've got my shabby suit and whatever. Eve's looking after what's a reasonable story here? I'm too removed from the real world.
Oh, do I have any way to communicate with you guys, by the way? Did we set that up?
Why
You have a
just
phone call. You've got a phone call.
So if you guys need to contact me, you'll call me.
No, we're in an active phone call.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we're all in
Cool.
that.
Eve puts her little phone in her pocket.
You
like
got your
usual.
Bluetooth in your ear.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay.
We go into the hospital. I
God,
imagine
yeah.
we've
You
already...
You and Possum head in.
Yeah.
Are you staying in the van?
I'm heading in as well.
Are you going with the two of them?
Okay.
I am in the van.
Up to you.
I didn't think you were.
Bob.
I mean, he's wired
Do you
now,
know
so
what?
maybe...
I'm going in because I think I need to be near things to break things, and I'm the fallback.
You go with him.
Them.
All right. You all head in, and you get to the reception.
Great.
And there's not that many people in the hospital. Medical care is sufficiently very advanced by now. The waiting room doesn't have that many people in it. I'm on drugs, he says at the front counter.
Do we go to emergency or do we go to general?
Up to you.
I would take him to emergency.
Emergency, sure.
What's the closest medical department to a warehouse where these things would likely be stored?
Well, we know where these things
You know
are
where
stored.
they are.
So
I know,
where are we going and what's near it?
I'm just going to say it's actually like the staff area, like the nurses' suite. They're nearby there.
Okay. I walk them through that process and be like, you need to try and make your way to here.
Cool.
They're stored in here.
So you know the first barrier is to just get admitted past the reception area into the actual ward. Once you're in the ward, all the wards are pretty interconnected because it's a hospital. So
if Eve knows anything about the medical system, it's that you need to dramatize and talk up the person's symptoms so you get seen faster.
Chest pains.
Yes. So I go straight up to the receptionist.
okay. Well, you're with him. He's just said, I'm on drugs, the receptionist.
I'm
She
assuming
starts
he
taking
hasn't
details.
cleaned his face very
No.
well. So he
So
looks
evening.
like he's on drugs.
Sir, madam. Talking to the
That's
receptionist.
what Possum's doing.
Yeah.
She's like, yes, hello, Eve Unit. How can I help you and your client, sir?
As you can see, my client here is displaying signs of chest pain, blah, 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 blah. I fear that he may have a heart attack and needs to be admitted immediately.
Let me just scan you both in. Okay. Cool. No worries. We can do that immediately for you. And you can escort him in. And why are you here? Property.
Yeah, I'm just picking up a order from my
You see, he is part of what's your parents' pharmaceutical name?
Pharma.
Yeah. My patient is a test subject and to do with the pharmaceutical company.
I like under my breath sort of say to Seb, like, give me a name, doctor, someone here connected to Ambien Pharmaceutical.
I look at my records and grab their pharmaceutical rep for Ambien.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Do you have the name?
I'm here to see the representative, Dr. Flubengarben.
Flubengarben. No, you're dealing with Dr. Ricky Kerr.
Dr. Ricky Kerr.
Sounds a lot like Rickor.
It's good to see you again.
Or Rickster, as my boss calls him. Is in today, I believe.
All right. Types away. Yeah, he actually is visiting. He only comes once a week. Your timing is excellent. Do you want me to send you to...
I know where to go. Thank you very much, ma'am. But you know where I do need to know where to go? Bathroom. I am really crossing my legs here. Sorry for the description.
Public toilet's just there. There's signs. And I'll buzz you into the ward once you're done in the toilet.
Okay.
I'm sure there is facilities as we make our way. Could we possibly head inside first?
I'll hold it. Okay, let's go.
Sure.
Thank you.
She buzzes you in. She says, I'll just let Ricky know you're coming.
Great.
And she sends a ping off on the computer.
Is there any way that using my computer system that he's set up that we could intercept
I say
that?
to Seb as we're walking through the doors, find Dr. Ricky.
You'd need to make a hacking check.
No, surveillance.
No, to do what he said.
What did he say?
Just intercept the email
The
and stop it
message?
from
No,
arriving.
I don't think we have
You
a
could
chance.
with a hack check.
But if we can find where he is...
Yep. Can I find out where he is?
He works in the eastern wing, which is far separate from where you need to be.
Okay.
Cool. We head in.
All right, you head into ER. A nurse starts triaging and treating Possum.
Where do we go from here, Seb?
I explain and give very thorough details in terms of what hallways they should head down to get towards the nurse's station where the EV units are.
What are they transported on or in exactly?
I look at the surveillance camera and let them know where the EV units are and how they're currently stored.
They're currently just in an IT department, basically.
Freestanding, or is there like
a
a
room.
trolley or like a...
No, they're just standing there.
Do they...
They just kind of get marched in on like zero programming. They just can like walk, be directed.
Okay. Ooh, I could be picking up on behalf of Amazon Pharmaceutical. Why not? Sure, you guys deal with these units all the time.
Less so. We're more in the pharmaceutical game, not the like
But
direct
how the
healthcare.
fuck do you distribute and apply? And you have deals and whatever, surely. Come on.
Yeah, with pharmaceutical reps.
Is there any connection to EV units and... fuck. They're innovating on a new thing? Come on, man. Help me out here.
Eve, you noticed the opportunity to just slip away on your own if you wanted to.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Let's do it.
I was going to slip away as well, so...
You'll
Someone
I
should
let...
maybe stay with Possum.
Okay, all right. I'll stay. Good luck. Stay on the call.
Eve gives you a little thumbs up.
He's like, you don't need to stay with me. I'm fine.
I say to Seb, I want to see what you see.
I feed through whatever I have.
Cool.
So that
So
he
I
can
see
it.
his camera switching.
Yep.
Okay.
And with that, I'm going to get you to make an infiltration roll.
Okay.
And I'll give you a situational bonus of 2 dice for Seb helping you out. So you get 2 extra dice.
Challenge level.
It'll be against some perception checks. So 2, and then finally a 3. So
I got 3, so that's a roll off.
We'll re-roll that. So you've the 2 was pretty much a 3 again.
1.
All right, so you basically intercept. You weave through the hospital, and you're heading in which direction?
I was staying with Possum
Why are we rolling infiltration?
because you told me to roll.
Don't stay with Possum.
There's no reason to. He'll be
Okay.
fine.
Oh, then
Promise.
Yeah,
I promise.
just come with
Go
me
with
then.
Eve.
All right. Well, I was going to go with Eve.
That's
but-
cool.
That's what you wanted to do. Yeah,
Yes.
don't worry about staying with Possum. He's fine.
Okay.
He's like Winks. He's got nurses looking after him. He's chill.
We'll take that role. That's
Yeah,
fine.
you will. So, which direction are you headed, though? You're heading towards the Eves or towards the doctor you're supposedly
Whatever
meeting?
direction
the
Seb.
eaves.
Yeah, which I
Yeah,
imagine that's
okay.
what Seb
Getting in there.
Just outside of ER, you spot the drug storage room. Yeah. Either try it now or on the way back.
Is there anyone around?
There's nurses all over the place.
But they look kind of busy. and
yeah, they're
stuff.
of course busy.
I'm
walking
going to
around.
go near the door and try to see if it's open. Or if it requires a
That's a
security
key card
card.
scanner,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Keypad?
like a beep.
Just
like a
keycard,
fob.
not keypad.
No, fob.
Okay.
So you could steal one and beep it. All
Yeah,
right.
Okay, keep walking then.
You keep walking, and you don't encounter anyone who questions you until you reach the IT department where the Eves are kept. But you haven't entered yet. You're just there. You're outside the room.
So what happened?
Up to you. Are you going in?
Is there anyone inside? Is there glass windows we can see peeks inside? Or?
You can see vaguely. Make a perception check.
Two successes.
2 successes.
2 successes.
You both see the vague outline of more than 3 figures in the room, but it's got one of those stupid, like, cross-hatched glass that
Yep.
you can't
Yeah.
smash through, and you
All
can't
right.
really see much through it.
Seb, what are we looking at in the room? Show me.
Inside the room, there is what looks to be a security officer
Inside the room there, it looks
A
to be a
doctor.
security officer, a doctor,
and 3 Eve units.
and I think those silhouettes of the 3 Eve units, they're pretty still.
All right. Well, this is them, Eve. But there's 2 people in there. Wait, either of them have cybernetics? Doctor or officer?
No.
Not
They
that I
look
can
regularly
tell.
human.
Fuck.
Oh, do I know if like a code blue or code whatever?
You know the hospital codes.
Do I know any that would make them leave?
You don't know these people's jobs, so
Yeah,
no,
okay.
because any code situation aside from full emergency and evacuation is
Yeah.
going to pertain to particular staff and particular staff responsibilities.
Okay.
And with those perception rolls, you can't get more information on what would work. And even from the security
Okay.
camera's angle and everything means you're just seeing the shape. You don't have the full detail.
Well, we made it outside the door. We passed a supply department where you could technically be restocked. But oh, fuck. I've never gotten this far before.
That was for Seb. I rolled a destiny roll and got a 12, which means nothing happens. So continue. That was specifically for Seb.
Perhaps
Everything's looking clear so far, guys. Just
Perhaps
take
we
your
were-
time, figure it out.
we require a key card first.
Yeah.
The door doesn't look locked.
Not to this door.
Sebastian?
Can I see into, by any chance, like an on-call lounge?
Sure.
Can I see that anybody's maybe
There's some
sleeping
cots.
in
there's
an
a couple
on-call
of-
lounge?
Yeah, there's a couple of people in the on-call lounge.
And by any chance, did
Nurses.
any of them just perchance take off their security card and put it on their bedside table while they had a nap?
Make a destiny roll.
No, they did not.
Can I talk to Seb? I'm assuming it's like almost lunchtime, right? Because they said from 11 till 3 is when they do the Eve bot, so it's got to be.
We started early.
So yeah, 11, right? So it's almost lunchtime.
The E-bots have just arrived. Like, just been marched in.
Okay, can we?
They arrived at 11 o'clock. So I'm going to say you arrived just after they arrived.
I say to Seb,
The doctor in the room seems to be doing some paperwork.
Could you perchance make an announcement?
I'm not in that system at all.
Yeah, surveillance is a different thing. But what did you have in mind?
Pro could probably hop across with some hacking roll.
Maybe declaring there are free donuts in the break room. Security guards love donuts, right?
Ice switch. Donuts. No.
Do you have information? Again, Neve contacts Seb. Do you have information on the certain staff members at this facility?
Yeah, I got pretty thorough documentation on that, right?
Do you know their car numbers, their registration?
That probably not. That would be secure.
Maybe.
Come on!
They're like specific. You know that you'd be able to get a roster of like surnames and initials, but they're like ID card note that's tied to some kind of security. Probably not.
No, but they're like vehicle
They
registration.
drive this
Their
car.
car registration.
Yeah.
That's pretty common for businesses.
I'll
to
give
have
you.
that
I
registry.
misunderstood. I was thinking more like they're like, security sort of
No, so
IDs
Car
and
rego?
stuff. Car rego, yeah. You can know the car
Okay.
You just think he
All
set their
right.
cars off.
All right. Or
Tell them
could
they need
the
to move
owner
it.
of vehicle registered A763 please attend their vehicle?
Cool.
There's a fucking monkey. I
There's
don't know,
a
we're
10
next
minutes
the
to
zoo.
move your
There's a
cube.
pickle,
All right.
and the pickle is you don't know which person that is.
That is
Out
true.
of the two, or
You have no idea because you can't. Both of you are 2 on perception. You can't
Yeah.
see their
That's
ID numbers,
okay.
and you don't know who they are. And there's hundreds of staff at a
But
hospital.
Seb can see in the facility, right?
You've got a security camera angle, so he has no better view on the details of like their ID tag. than you
That's
do.
fine. That's fine.
Turn 1 pixel into 14 pixels.
That's
no
fine.
worries.
So I can't see the security
Eve-
guard either.
You can see him, but it's like a camera angle looking down into a room. So you just see a body standing there.
Eve turns to Pro and says, I'll go in. You get their numbers, their names, and work quickly.
wait. You go in
Mm-hmm.
and you read the ID number. Oh, I'm
That's just
looking.
what I said.
I'm looking for, and you read the ID
Yes.
number, and then if I can get into the fucking
Yes.
speaker.
Yes.
That was my hacking check.
What do you get?
You should have announced it. I'm afraid that
should
doesn't
have
count.
announced
No,
it.
what did you rolled 6 successes out of 7?
Yes.
Okay. So while Eve is walking in, you
Yeah,
hack
open the
into
door.
the announcement system and cross across successfully. Eve, you open the door and walk in.
Mm-hmm.
2 pairs of eyes turn to you. One looks up from a desk where they're filling out paperwork, and the security guard looks across at you. There are 3 Eve units standing deactivated against the wall. 14 destiny.
Great. I approach an IT guy and a security guard, correct?
No, the doctor and a security guard.
Doctor, okay. And I don't know what the doctor is specifically.
No, but you're assuming
cool.
he's in hospital administration and he's signing paperwork related to the delivery of these drones. That context would kind of suggest that.
Okay. I'll walk forward and get close-ish. I'll go to the doctor first. I say, evening. There is a patient in room. I name a room that we passed who requires your assistance. They asked for you specifically. And I read out the name as well. That is, if it's on, I imagine his badge is on him because usually they are.
I thought you were going for security guard.
I go for the security.
You went for the doctor
That's
first.
fine,
We're
that's
playing
fine.
it out.
Okay.
You've already
That's fine,
declared it.
that's fine.
He looks up at you and he says, well, they'll have to wait 10 or 15 minutes.
And I turn to the security. I say, understood. I turn to the security guard and I say, they are getting quite aggressive.
He shrugs.
Look at his name.
Not my problem. And the first issue crops up as you look at the security guard dead in the eyes and he looks back at you and you see his bulletproof vest, the gun at his hip, the taser on his other hip, and more importantly, the name of the company on the vest as it says Ningyo. And it doesn't have anything to do with the hospital at all.
Interesting.
And we'll deal with that little foil in the next episode of Reboot.
Oh my god. The tension.
I know it wasn't as dramatic as a cliffhanger as I like to keep us with, but Jazza has to go.
I gotta go.
So we
But
have
that
to
was
wrap up
so-
slightly earlier
so
than
fun.
usual.
Wow. Dang it! But look, we got to show 2 cool things at the end One is a little set piece that Murray slammed together in the last half hour
Thanks,
of today.
Murray.
all
And
this-
we'll be hopefully slightly bigger next week. I want to print out a few more tiles.
That's cool. And the
can
other
fill
thing
the
I
room
think
out.
is worth bringing back, even though we're in the middle of the city, I feel like someone followed us and is watching on the horizon. Tilda.
Bloody gotta love it.
Couldn't hack a fucking car.
Absolutely amazing new portrait from our amazing Alicia.
You wouldn't jack a car. You wouldn't steal a car.
Yes, I fucking would.
Watch
Done
this.
it before, watch me do it again.
All possible, both the mini and terrain paint jobs and the new portrait, thanks to our lovely patrons. Thank you all so
Oh, I
much. for
love
your
our
support.
patrons. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do
Happy
this.
birthday, Blue Cat Pie.
AJ Macy.
Professor X.
Distinct Dev.
Yell hair Triz.
Tickledock.
This Willis. I fucked that
These
up.
be Willis.
Razorbull.
Thank you.
Come
And
on.
all of our other lovely patrons. That was one of our smoothest reads of the still very fast Patreon scroll.
I don't know.
Yeah, we went in order. It made it a lot easier. Less fumbling.
All right. That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you all so much for joining us. You all get an extra long Patreon after party this week.
Nah.
Wait, what?
No, you get to
I
go
got a
to bed
3D
early.
sculpt jet thrusts
Well-
for my secret project for the mini thing. I thought I could do that in the background. We could
Well, that's
be in
what I was
live
gonna-
chat with them.
I don't see a
Yeah.
reason why if you
Oh, bloody.
can-
You saying that subscribing and joining the Patreon,
Yeah.
the people that are in the Patreon and
Yeah.
in the Discord
Yeah.
would be able to sit in like a live chat with us after every episode.
Every episode.
And tonight that could be extra long while I chill and 3D sculpt.
Well, it's usually at least half an hour, but I mean,
That's crazy.
You guys got ages.
Oh,
pretty
and
cool.
while we're still recording,
We're
right?
going to PAX!
We're going to PAX!
We're going to
We're going to
PAX.
Opened with that.
We should have, but through
We
the
can.
magic of editing,
We have done that. So we opened up the episode with that.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that? That was great.
it was so good.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.